Okay, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the minutes from the August 8th regular meeting.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of August.
Second. A motion to approve the September docket and allowance docket.
I'll make a motion that we approve the allowance document for September docket.
Second. Feel like we're off the docket or something.
And just keep signing, right? Okay, and then I have your monthly financials, and if you would sign these those, we'll keep rents here. Measures. You can look them over, if you have any questions, you can let me know.
This is the same as you sent us.
Yes.
Do we need to sign them?
You do, yep, sorry.
Okay, at this time, we're going to have an open public hearing for the 2019 budget. Is there anybody who wants to question or have any questions on the budget? The budget will be adopted on October 10th meeting.
There are copies.
I was going to say, where are our copies of it? Thank you.
It's been advertised too.
It's advertised on the DRGF webpage. We no longer have to put it in the newspaper, but it is on the webpage. Most things are pretty much the same. Rainy day this year was 92,000, but that was because we were doing the stormwater project. For 2019, that's been cut to 11,000. General fund is up a little bit. We put 25,000 in that for the streets because we're going to need about, not quite, but close to 50,000 for the next round of street grants if we get those. Everything else is pretty much where it should be. We're going for the most that we can get in all of them, of course. Coombe Sewer this year was 19,000. I cut that to 10, and again it was up this year because of the stormwater project and what we're going to use for that. The advertised tax rate for this year will be a total of $1.76. The adopted rate for 2018 was $1.51. When we actually get the 1782 notice, we will take a look and then know what we really have as our tax rate. But what we advertised was $1.67. We did put money back for the grant. We're allowing for this year, I guess it was 62,000. Then we'll go for a grant for about 186,000. Total project would be about 248,000. That will complete your street work. And then after that, you'll be back on a regular maintenance program. We also have money in buildings. I put 33,000 into that. Sidewalks, 22,000. So if there's some things that you want to do with your buildings, you've got some money there. You've got money in streets. Some of that we'll also be using towards your street grant because you'll be doing some sidewalk work with that.
And at the end of that project, every street in Camden will be repaved.
They look nice.
Well, we have to take advantage of the grant. So.
Yes. The
Yeah.
grant pays 75% of it.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. So that's good.
Any questions or?
And there will be copies when we would like to get one up.
Motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Okay, board appointment reports.
I guess the rail commission we hadn't met for quite a while. We met yesterday afternoon in Florida. So we did have a meeting yesterday. I emailed you late in the afternoon, I don't know whether you've seen it or not. You got that? Okay. But it basically just a summary of what was from that meeting, and I've also have provided copies of that to Dick Traeger, the county EDC. So they have a meeting probably in the morning, so.
Connie's also on.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's been so we did there, you know, of course everybody wonders whether there's any news about the Jeep project out south between here and Flora, and also there's things going on for railroad, and I just had a statement on both of those that was in that message, which Debbie Lowe, I think, does have copies of too, Susan, so, but, I mean, I can read the statements, or you've got them on it, but it doesn't make any difference, however you want to do it, so.
I think we'll be okay if the comment will report on it, so.
I imagine they will, they have a copy of it, so, but, I guess in a nutshell, the project, they still are very actively pursuing the project, so, everybody wishes they had money yesterday, but
Yeah.
they're still working on it. Yeah, so, and the railroad is, there's changes taking place in the operation of the railroad, possibly coming up, but that's being considered by the owners currently, so it's rather, it's kind of interesting that there are several railroads that are interested in bidding for this business. When we think about this, a little fun flying and everybody's interested in it, but Scott Ortman told me he had 10 proposals. This was about a month ago, so I think they've narrowed that down quite a bit. So, but it could wind up being operated by, of course, the people that have been operating. They've been acquired by a larger entity. U.S. Rail is now owned by United Rail, and which is a bigger operation, and so they will be making a proposal to continue operating it, but we'll have to see. That's up to the ordinance to decide who operates it.
Okay, thank you, Pete. Did you have anything, Connie?
Nothing real. I mean, we keep getting leads and, of course they go other places, but we do get leads, which is good. I think one of the things that I think we've talked in length, I think one of the things that kind of hurts us, and I think we're on our way to making that better, is all of the problems we've had from county council and commissioners throughout the last few years. I mean, it's getting better, but I do think that's had a really negative impact on our EDC leads. I really do. I mean, that's actually been reported to us a couple times, so, But that only improves with time. If they let me run the world, it'd be a better place, but what do we say?
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
This county wasn't in charge.
That's right.
Thank you, Connie.
You're welcome.
Utility superintendent.
Okay, old business, you guys want me to do some more checking on dump truck bed. I contacted, and you wanted me to get a different price, or try to find other places that would be interested in painting it. I contacted 2 other places, and one guy told me he was almost 60 years old, and he's too old to do that kind of work anymore. I said, hey, that's not right, I'm almost 60. Well, 2 years from it. Anyway, so I contacted another guy. He said he was really interested in it. We took the truck over, let him look at it. Brought it back, he said he'd give us a price on it Monday, leave it in the night deposit. He never did show up. Called him back twice, never did answer my phone calls, never returned my call. So, in the meantime, I contacted Limco back. Now I'm kind of thinking, as late as it is in the fall, it's gonna be hard to get something done and have a time for leaf pickup, snow removal, and stuff like that. And of course, the original price was $10,795 for the replace the bed and all lights on the bed. And of course, I said, it's getting a little late in the fall. I said, what would be a problem with getting back with you like later in December or late November and just making a contract right up, and then we'll just carry the money over for, and just replace it in the spring. He said, that'd be fine. He says, if you're gonna do it, he says, I would raise the price up on it probably. He says, I'm guessing maybe 12.5. He says, there's many tariffs and stuff, and the metals going out. It's just going crazy. All of our material, he says, we're only giving an estimate right now for 10 days on stuff that we're getting in, that just coming in, we're gonna sell right away. He said, we're only getting a price on it for about 10 days, right now, the way things are changing. So, I don't know what you guys want. Like I said, as late as it is in the fall, if that's what you guys wanna do, you wanna wait until Brent's here to make a decision, that's fine too.
That's for repairs and painting?
That was no, that's to replace it.
Is
Oh.
the 10795 still good?
No.
Yeah.
Well, see, it was only 30-day bid.
Mm.
And of course, he said as much as things is going up right now, you're looking maybe next spring being maybe, he said, I'd put it up there he said, I'm just guessing, he says, I'd know more later towards the end of the year, but he says, I would guess and put it up there, just be safe to give your council something to talk about. He said, I'd say 12.5 right now. He said, the way stuff's went up, or going up. He said, it just keep going up. He says, every day or every 10 days, he says, it seems like the prices is changing on stuff.
So back to the question, is that a completed bed, painted and ready?
Yeah, that's everything. That's undercoated, painted, lights.
If we encumber the money, will he lock us into that price, or that nothing's guaranteed?
Well, see,
Take
we
it
got
out.
the rest of the year to figure that out. I mean, I'm guessing if we set a price on it,
If it's under
it's
contract.
in a contract, he's gonna have to go by that price.
Okay.
Well, don't you try to get 2 bids, so?
Well, we was, but doesn't seem like anybody wants to bid on it. I
There's
even contracted.
are you familiar with Far Body and Paint in, used to be where Unique Auto is beside Monocle's. They moved the pole barn right there on the curb on Old 25 before you get to the Hoosier Heartland.
Never
It was
heard of
Far's Body, well, they're good friends of mine. I mean,
It's
I'm
where-
good friends of mine, but people I know.
It's where Andy Kelly used to work, Kinzer's, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it used to
right
be
there.
Kinzer's, now it's Unique Autos, but they build a
Oh,
pole barn.
We've got,
And he
council-
paints, he restores cars and paints and does repair work as well.
Mhm.
But the problem is,
I'm sorry?
Is it Stankards?
No, not, it's Stankard's now, but he moved from where Stankard bought and built a new pole barn right there by Alloy Craft, or it used to be Alloy Craft,
Oh, okay.
right there, and he does body work, car repair, everything, and we use him for anything like that. He's really well priced. His prices are
Yeah, see,
very reasonable.
we're looking for somebody to paint, actually.
Well,
We've got
that's what
somebody
he's really good at. I can
That,
give you
you
that
know,
number if you want it, if you don't.
Okay, are you saying FAR,
It's,
FAR?
yes, it is, William Farr, Farr. Farr Enterprises or something like
We're
that.
checking out.
I'll give you the number before I leave.
Okay.
You know, I get a 50% kickback. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
That's
Camera
okay.
too.
Okay, now on to the water plant. We've got 2 wells. I contacted Peerless Midwest to come in and give us estimate on looking at the filter, and we need to have it inspected. It's gonna need some work done here sometime before too long, and now's the time to do it. They said they would come in also and inspect the 2 wells and test them one time only for no price. Just so we got a base spot for later on when we need something done.
Will they give us an estimate then of?
Yeah, they'll give us an estimate after they see what it needs, they'll test it, which they've got previous records from back in '99, I believe it is.
You're gonna do that then, right?
Huh?
You're gonna have them come in or?
Yeah, I'm gonna have him come in and give me an estimate on the filter. That's what he's gonna come in and see, and he's gonna make sure my paperwork matches up. He's gonna look, see what the median stuff is, go from there, and they'll probably grab a sample out of the filter and they'll test it. And I know as long as it's been online since November '99, we're needing to, and it's starting to show on the manganese removal. It's starting to show we need to rebuild the inside at least, and I know the outside's needing some work done on it.
All right.
So that's where I'm at on that.
Stormwater project?
I talked to Ken sometime this week, and they're looking towards the end of the month. I told them to give me a week's notice, and I go ahead and start locating everything before they get here. And of course, I've got some street signs along. Cemetery Street to pull, get them out of the way. I don't wanna just damage the pole posts, cause I can probably reuse them. So I still got new signs put up on that road.
And the grant application for next round of the street work, it's been submitted. When will we know on that then?
I forgot. I'm not sure when we're here.
Okay. Keep our fingers crossed.
And the last one, I sent my paperwork over to Ken. He was gonna put some stuff together, so we'll get this last one closed out here within the next couple of weeks.
Okay. You have anything else, Jerry?
No, at this time I've got replace a couple services, and I've got a tile to fix on Monroe Street up here. Probably start on it in the next couple of days. Those 2 services, but they're not leaking, but they need replaced.
How we been
Yeah.
doing on mosquito spraying and stuff?
How are we doing?
I mean, have any
I
problem?
did, I noticed, I got bit a couple times over the other day. Now, I haven't got any complaints, but I'm not out all the time, but the only way I know is if I'm out or somebody makes a complaint. That's usually what I go by. But if somebody's got a complaint, they need to let the office know, or a council member, they can let me know, and then we can go from there.
We have the tractor pull on the 22nd, so
I'll look to spray before then. And that's the 22nd.
yes.
I always try to spray before tractor pull.
We have a pretty active fall league out there at the park too, so. Thank you, Jerry. Marshall's report.
Okay, I had 11 calls for service, 1 assisting another agency, 6 traffic contacts, and 2 animal complaints. Still been working on notices for ordinance violations. Most people have complied when they have received a letter. Having trouble with houses that are vacant, trying to track down who owns it, which bank, things of that nature. I know Ann's helped with some of that, and Pat's been helping. But for the most part, most people have been complying when they get the notices.
Yeah, I've noticed some cleanup even, so that's good.
One of the fire departments has some portable radios they're willing to sell at a reasonable price. I think that would be a good addition if we purchase an additional portable radio.
You're saying 1 or 2?
Probably 1.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we have Jill purchase a 800 series portable radio for the marshals.
We currently have one right now.
Yeah, and it's a really good deal, and it's from our local fire department, so I'll second that motion.
And what was the price on that? Do you have a price yet?
I will have to verify with him
Approximately $400.
for $500. And I do have the deputy marshal here tonight, Stephen Kachuk.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Stephen.
Well, at least I haven't met you officially yet, so that's good.
Sure.
Now you're looking for me, I bet.
I'll make a motion that we hire Stephen Kosek as our deputy marshal.
I second that.
Welcome aboard, Stephen.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Where do you work otherwise?
Carroll County Sheriff's Office, I'm the
Okay.
deputy.
Okay, thank you.
How do you
Culligan come to your
pronounce
house?
your last name?
Kosek.
Pardon?
Does Culligan come to your house?
Colligan? Colligan? Yeah.
Hey, Culligan.
Is it his? is it
That's
your
my father-in-law, yeah.
father-in-law?
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Tim Stone.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I used to, but not anymore, but I thought, what's Colligan got to do with a
Yeah,
police
so that way
officer?
you can't tell.
Okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense, thank you.
Sorry, that was the lead.
Stephen, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Kachuk. You
Kachuk.
just leave the T off.
All right. I
Yeah.
thought it was a typo when I first looked at it, so I asked.
Some of my shift partners for years still can't spell it in their reports. They gotta look at my business card.
Oh, I
So,
see.
don't feel bad.
Thank you.
Pat needs you to come in and do some paperwork. with
Absolutely.
I gave you a binder, or a folder, didn't
Mm-hmm.
I? Okay.
Yep, I got everything filled out except a couple of the tax forms.
Okay,
So.
okay. We'll get you set up.
Anything else, Jill?
Not that I can think of.
Thank you. Clerk treasurer. Well, you got a lot of stuff.
Unfortunately, but we're gonna run right through this stuff, so
Okay.
be ready. Okay, trash fees. The contract went up, we were paying $11.78 per household to Clinton County. The customers were billed $12.35 to give us a little money for postage, bill cards, and what have you. With the new contract, the rate is going up to $12.25 per household. My proposal is leave the rate at $12.35. Do not make a change at this time. We have money that comes in from our village post office rent. Use that to buy postage stamps and try not to do your waste customer or your trash customer fee increase at this time. If you find out it's not gonna work, if we look at the numbers and we're just not making it, we can do this increase a little bit later.
I think it's a great idea, and I'll make a motion that we use the village post office money to offset the cost.
Okay, and rate remains the same?
Correct.
Okay. We'll see how that works. If it doesn't, we can act on that a little bit later. Okay, the next thing I have is an additional appropriation that we have to do with the street grant. It's no more money going out, it's just clearing up so that on our records, we do not show that we're in the red. And we're doing the additional appropriation of capital outlays for $190,421.
$190,421.
Right.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we make additional appropriations for the street grant, $190,421.
A second.
Okay, if you could sign right here where it says, yeah, the one on the right side. Okay, and then that just has to be submitted. The state will not have really, it's not a fund that they control. So there's that. Okay, we have been talking about illegal turn-ons of water by customers that's had them shut off for usually the reason is non-payment of bills. You were given a sample ordinance.
If you all look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want a little more time to think about it? Have you looked at it?
No.
You haven't looked at it.
I will send it to you and we'll table that matter if that's okay with you guys. Okay. Okay, Andy, thanks for the motion. Thanks for the second one. The fire contract, there was also that was worked up. Mark had suggested that maybe bring this up after November. The contract, as it's written, is more of a fire contract and not just what they would do with the fire truck. Have you guys had a chance to review the fire contract?
I have.
Okay. Do you guys want to wait until after?
Yeah, I think it would be wise to wait till, we have 4
Okay.
people are running for the advisory board, so we'll see who
Has
gets elected.
Deb seen this, or
Not
should,
that I'm aware of.
do you want me to send her
A draft copy?
a draft copy?
Okay.
There'll be at least 2 new advisory board members, so I think it'd be smart to wait.
Okay. And if you do see anything in it, batteries are still part of the townships. The rate is remaining the same, and that might be something that we'll have to be discussing with them. Do you guys want to meet with the trustee and her board prior?
Right.
We might as well.
You want to get a date set up?
After the first of the year, or?
No, this year?
Yeah. So we can put it in our, so it'll be new in our new year.
No, I don't really want to until after the first, I mean, I think,
Meet after,
Oh, after the new
Meet after
board's on,
election.
okay, okay.
after the election or
yeah,
after
I
the
mean,
take office?
it wouldn't be very productive if we had that discussion and they get a
Because
new
the
board.
new board don't come on until January, right?
Right, that's why I'm saying January.
Let's do it just in January as fast as we can. See if that's okay with Deb,
Okay,
please.
okay. We had the question of the ink cartridges that are obsolete since we changed printers. Mark suggested that we try to put them on a website, govdeals.com.
It's, I mean, municipalities use that site a lot for all stuff, but these are, well, how much was the total value?
Probably about $220.
Brand new, so you'll be lucky to get 10% of that, so it's,
Just put them out and see if somebody wants them.
Yeah.
yeah. They're the small ones for a brother printer,
Yes.
Oh, brother. Mm.
yeah. So,
I
I
mean,
mean, they're the
brother.
little, the small cartridges, not the big.
Yeah.
They're not the big ones. Okay, so go 10% of the value?
See what you can do, help somebody, you might check with the school, I don't know what they use.
That, I will do that.
Check with the
Churches.
doctor's office, check with the church.
It's just, it's probably gonna be difficult to find somebody who uses that model printer.
Okay. Okay, Deb Foreman asked if the council would consider allowing up to $150 to help with the pageant purchase of crowns.
I'll make a motion that we give the Camden pageant $150.
That's what was given last year.
Right, I second it.
Okay, the next thing I have is the mowing and the Milakovich property over on Washington Street. That was sold in a tax sale
Well,
September.
it's not complete though, see?
No.
It was sold. Now, what happens is after, it's like the end of September 29th or something like that. Then a petition is filed, then Milakovich has 30 days to object to it, which we know he's not going to do. And then the deed has to be done, the deed has to be presented within 90 days of the last date for, that he can reclaim it. So we're talking about a period of roughly 90 days. And then after, right now, if we put any liens on the property, they're wiped out. But after it's sold, and we know who the purchaser may be who bid it in at the sale, but they may have assigned it by that, so we won't know until the actual deed. And then after that, then if we put a lien on it, then it attaches to it. But right now, any lien is wiped out because that's the way tax sales are. You wipe out any of the back stuff.
Now, the mowing that's done has been billed to us, it has been paid.
Oh, has been paid?
Yes, so
Okay.
now, can I hold that and not file that lien until after the new owner? Or is that because it happened under this owner, I can't do that?
I kind of, I don't know, my judgment, if anybody contested it, I think you'd lose on it if you held it. If you want to hold it and nobody and then file it, nobody objects to it, then you're home free.
What if the board,
But there might be, if I were representing the purchaser, I would say, we're not gonna pay that because that was before. But I'm not representing the purchaser.
Right.
so if there's a mortgage on that property, it's wiped out also?
Well, no, that's there, but anything like this is wiped out. Technically, yes, it's the statute's peculiar. Technically, anything is wiped out. However, the mortgage company isn't gonna go under without getting anything on their mortgage. It's a peculiar, I'm dealing with it right now, and I have dealt with it. I always deal with it in September, because that's when the Carroll County ones are sold. And I'm dealing with one in Cass County right now. And all I know is any lien, like the mowing lien or anything like that would be, if there's a judgment against the property for $6,000 or whatever, then that's wiped out. The mortgage is, I don't know, frankly, I don't know.
And this is a tax sale, is that correct? There's a tax
There's a
sale.
difference, if it's a foreclosure, then that's you're in a different deal, but at a tax sale, all the liens are wiped out when you first.
Can a lien be filed again? If I know that the current liens are wiped out after this time period, can I go back in and file liens I've already filed?
No.
Can I do it one time?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
If
do
they're
you need a motion
wiped
to
out, they're
discontinue?
gone.
Yes, do you just want Steve to keep mowing?
No.
Stop mowing?
No.
Or mow?
Let it get knee high and then let them deal with it, give them a letter.
Well, we'll find out within 90 days who the owner is.
We've dealt with this
You tell the
property
owner
for
to come
12
mow it.
years.
Where is
People,
it?
Yeah, we'll find out.
it's the big
Next
gray
to the
house
school.
on the, behind the school.
Oh,
Big
really?
two-story gray house next to you.
Oh.
Down the road there, yeah, and we've dealt with it for
There's
12
more.
years.
There's wild animals going in and out.
Yeah.
Really?
I say let's postpone the thing, find out what happens at the sale and everything.
Yeah.
And
find
then
out.
just as soon as we find out who owns it, get them a
Wait.
letter and says.
Wait until the deed is approved.
Yeah.
Wait until the deed is prepared. See, there has to be an order from the purchaser has to request the court to tell the auditor, issue a deed, then the auditor issues the deed, and then.
When we find out who owns it, I suggest we have, when we find out it'll be high, have Jill take a picture, send them a letter, the first mowing's $500.
Then
And
mow it.
then we're back and
After
forth.
that, if they
Yeah.
don't mow it,
Yeah.
then mow it and follow in. That
Okay.
would be a later, and after
Yeah.
required lien.
You know, with the season it is now, the grass hopefully
It's
won't
about
grow as
done.
fast, and I agree with Andy, but who would wanna live next to that place too, so I mean, you gotta think about the neighbors. So I agree, I second what Amy said.
Okay, so, and do you guys want to contact
I'll
Steve?
I'll
Okay.
contact, you wanna contact him, Mark? Yeah, Mark works with him. Tell him, Mark. Tell him it also.
I'll put a note on my calendar in about 90 days, and see if we can figure out anything.
Okay.
I'll tell him.
Thank you.
Whether you want to or not.
Well, when you see him for lunch, tell him, hey, I don't know that.
I mean, that whole campus, you know, he sees everybody at lunchtime.
He works for him.
Just kidding.
Moving on.
Okay, a while back, Jill has presented an ordinance that Burlington has on building standards. Didn't know if this is something you guys want to be looking at, thinking about, but it might be a way that the town could help move some of these unsafe buildings along.
That would be nice.
Did you see that?
Email it to you, have you not seen it yet?
Huh?
No, this is from you, this is from me.
I know exactly what house we're all talking
Oh, you're
about.
talking about-
Oh, I do. Every time I go by, I just want
Sorry.
No, that's okay. They will-
Should we have area plan, I mean, it's been approved, or does it have to be approved by area plan, or,
This,
yes?
no, this is a town ordinance.
Okay.
This is all Burlington, this is nothing else yet,
Okay.
okay? All right, I'll do that, get that over to you. Halloween is coming up, October 31st. We normally go 6 to 8, and as long as it's not a Sunday, we have Halloween on the day of Halloween. Are you guys okay with Wednesday, October 31st, 6 to 8 for trick or treating?
Yep. You need a motion or just go with paper?
Is the Lions Club already got the community building?
I've got it reserved, but I don't think we've said anything yet.
They said something at the Lions meeting, but I forgot what date they said.
Okay,
So Jill Maldy's the one who brought it up.
okay.
They usually do it on Halloween, though, unless it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Did you make a motion then?
I'll make a motion that we set Halloween for October 31st at 6 to 8.
I second it.
Okay.
Will you guys patrol that night, or, you know?
I'll have to look, I haven't got my work schedule for that far out, but I'll see what I can.
It's not near as bad as it used to be, when Jerry was younger.
Yeah. Now that he's slowed down, it helps.
Yeah, you're old, can't run that.
Can't run as fast, right?
If you want candy, let me know. If you want candy to pass out.
Oh, that's how, okay.
So,
Okay, I will.
that is all I have.
Okay, thank you. Old business, tabled from last year.
Yeah. I was going through my drawer and I found that we had tabled painting the inside of the community building.
Mm.
Do we have an interest? We talked about doing the floor and doing the walls.
I think we have an interest, yes. What do you think, Andy?
Smitty gave us a price.
He did, but that was,
Yeah.
that's a, well, he gave us a price and then you guys got a price.
Brent got another price from a guy, and
It was higher.
the
and then-
other guy knew what Smitty's price was, so he did $100 cheaper, and then he wasn't gonna do this, wasn't gonna do that. It wasn't apples for apples, so we kind of tabled it, so.
What, if I remember right, there was an issue with the weather and
Yeah.
drying.
Yeah.
I mean, is it fall is conducive to painting the floor and everything? Like,
I wouldn't think so.
It's inside, I don't think it should make any difference.
It's heated.
yeah, it was just an issue I know last year, because they have to open up the doors because of the fumes of that.
Yeah,
It's an epoxy type paint or something.
And we're not going to have the Christmas baskets here this year, we've already told you that, so that's one thing we don't have to have on our schedule.
I'll make a motion, we get a quote to repaint the walls and the floor. And I can't answer your second question here.
We're gonna pay a piece of scrap.
Did you want to second that, Andy?
I'll
or
second
are you
it.
okay?
Yeah, I'll second you.
Okay, and then the other was about the doctor's office, but you don't know.
That was Brent's handling that.
Okay, so check with Brent.
Utility adjustment, or you done? Utility adjustment request. Disputed ordinances.
Leah's not here.
Well, who's she?
She lives kind of in the Burroughs Climbers area, if I remember correctly. They have a permit to do composting, and she contacted the town about coming over and collecting grass clippings, leaves, and tree brush for the compost pile. It's a business that they're doing. But she's not here, so I don't know what's going on. If maybe she lost interest, I don't know.
If she's interested, she can come to next month's meeting.
That will be October.
Right. Any public project bids? Nothing? Council comments. We're still waiting on the security camera. We have permission from the Camden Mart up here to put security cameras facing the four-way stop. I contacted the company that we purchased the cameras off of, and he was on vacation and he's to get back with us as soon as he gets back. But he said it shouldn't take long to install. Asphalt bid for the water tower, community building, and doctor's office. It's resealing the asphalt, not an asphalt bid total. It's just the reseal and striping. Andy, you have those numbers?
The tower lot was $950. The community building was 1,900, was it?
1,600.
1,600? 1,600, and the doctor's office was 3,500. And that got us patching, sealing, tarring, and everything.
You know, at the doctor's office, half of that drive
It's
is
JD.
JD's, the other half is the town. So does that 3,500 do,
I think it's all of it.
okay, but that
I
half
know,
of
we
that's
can't
not
do
ours.
that, yeah, I know.
Okay,
That's what I said.
okay.
So,
This is the map that he actually gave us. So I don't know what that actually shows.
Oh, is he
That's
showing
the
he's
drive.
cutting it down in half? Is that what, or is that just the arrow happening to go there?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's the only picture they sent me.
Well, we really cannot legally do half of that drive because it's private property.
Seeing it's not showing this side of the,
No, and over here, this gray back here, that little white spot, I think that's gravel that needs to be worked on or something.
and that was in there, that's in the quote, I think.
Okay.
This was sent to me by,
can we do this? Can I make a motion that we do the tower lot in the community building to get them looking nice? And then see when he gets here what we're gonna do with the community building? Can we go
If
to
you'll break up the price.
the doctor's office? Okay.
the quote includes the pothole repair for the large area that's pictured. That's that large white spot. And quote is for the area seen in satellite images center of the drive, so he's talking
Okay.
between the house. So that's not doing JD's
Okay.
side. In the parking lot, through the silver, that's to
Okay.
the guardrail on the other side.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
what's,
What's the company's name, Mark?
Seal Coat Express LLC,
Silk Coat Express
LLC.
LLC, okay.
Well, the way he's got that, they would be accepted. Yeah.
That's what was sent to me, so.
If you could email that, I haven't seen that.
I'll make a motion that we let Seal Coat Express LLC do the tower lot, the community building, and the doctor's office as in the contract.
as quoted.
That's
I'll second it.
Who will contact him?
Brent. Brent's the one that got the quotes, and then emailed these to me,
Okay.
and I'll have him send them to you, because I don't know how to send them from this.
Give it to your grandson.
Yeah,
Andy, you send those to her.
I can do this. See that, Matt?
Okay.
All right, miscellaneous, is there any other, do you have any other comments, Andy, on council comments? Miscellaneous, Masonic, Lodge Antique Tractor Pulls, September 22nd. It'll be at the Camden Jackson Township Park. Kentucky Mountain Mission Collection will be September 22nd and the 23rd at the Community Building. A list is in the office of what can be accepted and what is not needed, so. The Miss Camden pageant will be September 29th. Application forms are in the town office. I also wanted, I just thought of something else, is our new alert system.
Yes.
I thought it was nice the other day when we had Labor Day and we got the alert saying trash was gonna still picked up on Thursday, so it worked. I was like, I didn't get an alert or something, but bam, there it was, so it was nice.
That was good.
Did you sign up for it?
I have not yet.
Okay, but you can.
I know,
You
I
get it?
know. I meant to, but I
You get
didn't.
it?
I got mom's notice
Oh,
at Senior Citizens, and I thought, well, I need to sign up for that, but I haven't done it.
Also, one more thing while you're here. I talked to Reeve Riley today. They're going to go through, they're the people paving 218. If you see them just patching, what they're gonna do is they're gonna go through and they're gonna do that. They're gonna put the patches in. Then they're gonna go all the way to the Heartland, turn around, come back this way. Then they're gonna go all the way to 29, come back this way. He said it'd take them a week and a half to finish that. And then when they get that done, they'll mill off 1.5 inches of everything and repave everything.
Oh.
So when they're seeing the patches, don't panic.
Okay.
We're gonna get it all paved, but it's gonna take a little while, so.
My concern has always been, now harvest is here.
Yeah,
Semis are gonna be on this.
go around. Go the
Well,
other
no,
way.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the weight of the semis when
Yeah.
it's freshly just repaved.
Yeah.
It's not gonna groove it out.
Not 1.5 inches. No,
Okay,
way okay.
alrighty.
We'll
I'm
do
gonna
it.
trust you on that.
Well, don't overload your grain truck.
Oh, never
I'll get Jill
do.
on you with a scale.
Never do.
We'll get Jill,
Oh,
we'll get
additional
Jill set a
revenue.
scale, yeah. We'll get her a scale house. We got a scale house down at the end of town we could probably borrow.
One other thing, we need to get a quote to run electricity to the,
Oh, yeah,
what's that
to the
called?
garden.
If we're planning on putting Christmas decorations and stuff up through there.
I got it done here. I got the,
Outside,
we got the
yeah.
outlets outside here so we can put Christmas decorations on.
okay. It's not too terribly late, so I'm gonna approach one more subject.
Must be a long one.
No, it's not, because it could be a yes or no, I mean, it's that simple. Back in 2007, we did the downtown study on what we'd like to see done. We have gotten some things done, like the garden was one, the new street lights was something else, keeping the pots going, that kind of thing was all part of our study for beautification. One thing that was in the study was a clock. What would you guys think about taking a little bit of that grassy area that's the garden, pave that front to back, maybe 3 feet or so, and if you're gonna run power over there, you could use the power to run the clock and get some kind of town clock out there. I don't know what it would cost, I haven't looked at that yet.
Can I get a quote on it, we can discuss it?
Okay, just let me
I
know.
told Pat if we did it, we could like concrete underneath the sign, cause it's kind of a pain to mow underneath there, and people will go out there and stand in the wet to put the sign on, so we could do that and see what a clock could run.
Okay, I'll see what they, I have no idea. It might just be price prohibitive.
You got electricians you work with, Jerry? Give us a bid to run a.
Not necessarily. Houston Electric, part of the time,
Okay.
they're about as reliable as anybody.
We have cut down a lot of trees, and I know you guys don't want trees between the street and the sidewalk. because of heating the sidewalk.
Mhm.
But what if we could get some trees through the state that would be free, and we did some kind of a lottery program and had trees available that people could put on their private property?
What size are the trees are, I mean, just,
Most, well, I was told some of them could be up to 3 feet, but I would think most of them would be not that big. But the state nursery is that in Judson County?
Yeah.
Is that right, Jasper?
Jasper, last time.
I thought maybe somebody take a little field trip up there and see what they got.
See what you got.
yeah, that would be all
And
right. We get them through Purdue,
Oh, do
they
you?
come in, you know, they're not, there's different varieties every year, but they're big bundles. I mean, there may be 30, 40,
Oh, trees in a bundle?
yeah.
Yeah, that's like what the school gets.
Well,
Yeah.
some of these are
Ours got really
3 or
big.
4 foot
Yeah.
tall though.
Yeah.
They're tall, I mean, they're not,
Mhm.
I was told that if I made a personal visit, maybe I could cherry pick a little bit.
I planted 212,000 at the Indianapolis airport, so.
We don't want to do that. No. No. One thing that we really need to do, down in Florida, they have a place that's a nursery. And all the trees in this nursery have come from a historic tree. Like you were talking down in Texas, the trees, like where Sam Houston might have been or something like that. They would have a stock from those trees. But those trees went around 2,000, so we're not going to do that. But that would be really interesting if we could ever come up with something.
They're doing that at the Tippecanoe County Fairgrounds.
Are they?
They took nuts from the oak trees and they got them in a nursery down there somewhere, and they're gonna, when they tear the new ones out, they're gonna put them back to the old trees, so. Motion adjourned?
any more comments from anybody? I second it.
Pine trees.
You want pine trees?
Yeah, they don't have leaves on them.
That's right, that's right.
How about ginkgo?
Yeah.
Oh, they're the worst ones to pick up.
They are, and they hang on.